Good morning and greetings. It's well after sunrise on a sunny morning in Northumberland. It is the 19th, and we've had that rare event of a vicarage oversleep, hence the late broadcast this morning. Apologies for those who like to see this earlier in the day. Today we celebrate someone who is dear to the Northeast. We celebrate St. Hilda. St. Hilda is celebrated variously on 3 days, the 17th, 18th and 19th, but the Church of England chooses to place her here on the 19th of November. We celebrate her as being part of the heritage, particularly of the Northeast and of the Kingdom of Northumbria. She was a relative of the Northumbrian kings, or rather the kings of Deira, the southern part of Northumberland, probably most of all of King Edwin, who lived from 615 to 630. And we know very little about her early life. What we do know is her sister became part of the sort of dynasty, of a wife of one of the kings of East Anglia, and that country had connections with Gaul, with France, and with European Christianity. And it's believed that Hilda, as a mature adult, was wanting to travel to Gaul to enter a monastic community. And then along comes St. Aidan, who lived just up the coast here in Bamborough, and asked her not to go. Asked her instead to devote her time to the Northumbrian kingdoms. And so she came. She entered for a short time a solitary monastic life, and then became the head in succession of 2 monasteries. And the important community, for historical reasons, is the community of Whitby. Because this was one of these Celtic Anglo-Saxon double houses, a community of both men and women living in a sort of parallel life, in parallel accommodation, but ruled over not by an abbot, but by an abbess. And Hilda was the person who founded and ruled and regulated that community. And it was a powerhouse of prayer, of learning, of the church. 4 bishops were trained there. And in addition to this, Caedmon, the first English poet, Christian poet, and composer, was part of that community. And all of these things Hilda encouraged. Whitby also was an important role in the bringing of the Celtic and Anglo-Saxon church into a more European-facing situation. Some people think that was good and some people think it was bad, but it was certainly significant. And so in Hilda, we celebrate something that's important, an important gift and reminder from the Celtic and the Anglo-Saxon church that women had an immense role to play. And Hilda, like our own St. Ebba in this benefice, shows the significance of the ministry of women in the early Anglo-Saxon and Celtic church. That here were women of stature, women of influence, women of power, who used all those gifts for the kingdom of God. And we honour in them the ministry of both genders, and indeed we honour in them the ministry of all. May God bless us all today.